This will be taken about the 12. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
By 20. 55. Here we go. Check three.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Don't let him breathe. Play that tight D. Don't let him.
Looking to throw on second down. Goff. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A good pickup, 17 yards, and also a Rams first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
By 20. Let's go, D. Let's go.
On first down, it's gone. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's first and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Going out.
This is Freeman on first and 10. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 41-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6.
All day, dog. Check nickel. Val, you won. Whirling. Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike. You must be dreaming.
They'll fake the give. Now gone. Trying to find Kupp, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And nothing but daylight ahead. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down.
First and 10 at the 49.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's first and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. Come off the ball. Tight dog. Average roll.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Come on. 180. Check. Watch 54. Here we go.
On first down, gone. Going up top for Kupp. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
He's checking. Crash. Check.
Play action. It's gone. Eluding the pressure right. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. First down, L.A. Goff finding Higbee.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10.
SOS. Tighten up. Kill. We're good.
Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
On second down now, it's Freeman. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Now, a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Well, he's been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Second and 10 now from the 27. Gone. And Woods has it complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1.
Hey, kill.
Back to the running game. It's Freeman. And Freeman lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. Prescott to throw it. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice 1st down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down. Prescott looks to throw on 1st. And there is Amari Cooper, his 1st catch. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Throwing, Prescott. It's caught, Cooper. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Brandon Cooks, touchdown LA! That kick return TD is 98 yards in length as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The 1st down run for Elliott will net him about 5 yards. It's 2nd down. The tackle there by John Johnson.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Here's Prescott. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
I like what they tried to do there. They didn't get a completed pass downfield, but they came off of a momentum play. Big-time gain on the previous snap. Came right back and threw one deep, hoping to catch them on their heels.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Prescott, wide open receiver, complete. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability. And that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is early in the fall making an impact. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Throwing on 2nd down. Goff. This for his running back, McCoy. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, we talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
From the 50, it's gone. He'll set up the screen to McCoy. And he's got this down to the 35. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 35.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Hey, let's get there. Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Two. Big stop, let's go.
Cornell.
Mike 54.
Go.
Yeah.
On 1st and 10, Goff. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike.
Hey, lift.
2nd and 10, Goff again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And a sack by one of the most consistent D linemen in the game, Gerald McCoy.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Here's Goff. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 24-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. Goff now looks to throw. Gets it off to Freeman. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll be a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. They'll run here with Freeman. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Devontae Freeman, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. Well, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, I think the thought process is they take this lead into the locker room, run something simple here, and run the clock out. Instead, they get the big play. Now they have a chance to increase what they've done in the first half.
This is Elliott. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these... Go, get out the street.
Here's Prescott. It's caught by Bryant. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 28-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already.
Let's get in there. Let's get in there. Play. 55's my guy. 55. Silver. Hey, check right. Watch 55. Right here.
A shotgun snap for Goff. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Dontari Poe marches in for the sack.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now it's gone. Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This will be from 56 yards out. Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. First down, Prescott. And he's got his man on the out route. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A first down carry by Elliott. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. Micah Kiser was in on the tackle.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
5.
Here's Goff. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Here's Johnny Hekker now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. There have been no struggles here for this crew. I mean, they were up double digits at halftime, and they've just expanded that here in the second half.
And it appears there are no answers from the defensive side. I think right now, if I'm the coordinator, if I'm down
Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott. His 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On 2nd and 9, Goff. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath, nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, here's Goff. He's going to air it out deep into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here? And nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Samson Ebukam able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
It's 2nd down.
We're going to 53. Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Watch the slant. 40. There we go. Kill. Check 49. Hey, switch gears.
26. On second down, Elliott. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here we go. Go to 54. Wide in. Mike's 50. 26.
Third and long for Prescott. Cooper's got it. And all the way down to the 35. A big play here for Dallas. And even 40 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
Hey, kill. 47. Check 59. Mike to 59. I got wide. Under. Shoot. 26.
From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Here we go. Check. 59. Come on. Here we go. 46. Mike's 59. Mike 59. Watch 26.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
59. I got him. 26.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Mike 5'9". Wrap it. Whip. Here we go. Go to 54. 126.
They'll try again with Elliott. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott taking it in as his guys continue to pour it on. And let's not forget he had the receiving touchdown earlier, now a trio of rushing touchdowns. Quite a performance.
Diversification, that's all you can talk about. His ability to do everything leaves him on the field on every down on offense because you can hand it to him as we've seen. What'd you say, 3 rushing touchdowns? And, of course, throw it to him where he's caught one as well.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
I got it. Kill.
They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. On the tackle, it's Randy Gregory.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Goff airing it out deep for Woods. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Robert Woods, the intended receiver that time. And it's 3rd down. The Rams on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Goff now to throw. And that is incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Gone. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And they work this well upfield across the 45. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Goff. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3. Goff on third down. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
To throw is gone. That'll be caught by Kupp. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Goff now looking to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Aaron Donald. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Throwing, Prescott. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Prescott from the gun on third. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. That's pulled in at the 32. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. A good pickup there at 22. They'll run on first down. Freeman. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Well, depending on the temperament of the head coach, he's either turning to the bench and screaming, "Where was that all game?" Or maybe he's just kind of keeping it to himself and saying, okay, it's something to build on, and a positive comes out of a bad game because those are going to happen from time to time. We'll see how he gets his team ready to go in the future. But that run right there, that's what they were looking for.
Hey, Haywood! Not today, you are. Not today.
On 2nd and 9, Goff, and he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed, I did, my good man. Bullock good on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. short kick. One of the up middle take it now.
The Cowboys take over first and 10.
Let's go.
At their own 30-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback...
And that's caught inside the 30. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
At their own 25-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive.
Hold on. Check.
On first down, Goff. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for them because it is a team game, right? And let's be honest, though. The defense did them no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense is going to be a real tough one for them. Offense, they'll get a little bit of praise.
A gain there of 21 yards. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a first down throw. Gone. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And down right around the 37. A good pickup, 17 yards, and also a Rams first down. On first and 10, Goff. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Back to throw, Goff. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. Here's Bullock now for the extra point. Whoa! He just yanked that one well to the left, and no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
We're going to 53. Watch 24. 26.
Prescott here to throw. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
On second down, it's Elliott. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a third down and 6 to go.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. He's got daylight. The 20. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head.
But that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
At their own 25-yard line.
The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
Be honest.
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo
Exactly.
going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because
You're not going to want that feeling
no,
again.
you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Here we go.
Out of the gun. Goff. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
Quentin Dix on the coverage.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. One last throw here for Goff. Flushed out right. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Cowboys, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for L.A., they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Come get some if you want some, but you ain't bad enough, so you can't take none. I'm Big Snoop Dogg, and I'm the only one. And when it comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons. Haha, bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast, cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll you when I'm in a mud league. 2-0, Madden time on you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard, my team is legit. Madden 20, Snoop Dogg is, I get it. I got cleats on my feet, jersey on my back, helmet on my head, ready to attack like that. Down in Mississippi and New Orleans, Big Snoop Dogg got a Madden league. Your team is off the hook and you don't really want none, but if you do, come and get some. See, tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world it's Madden territory. Tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Come get some if you want some, but you ain't bad enough, so you can't take none. I'm Big Snoop Dogg, and I'm the only one. And when it comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons. Bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast, cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll you when I'm in a mud league. 2-0, Madden time on you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard, my team is legit. Madden 20, Snoop Dogg is, now get it. Big Snoop Dogg, it's in the game.
Yeah. 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 Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel got a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby. I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off. Each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. Okay. 10K on the countertop. Don't look so shocked. It's nothing new. Okay. Death comes in threes. Wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. Ay. I do a good job. Pull up and pop out and pull out. Head on and hood on. Pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one. They want to keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets are dense. I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket. No change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Touchdown, 8th floor, come down, hotel, lobby. Receptionist, what now? 11 a.m., check out. Might give her one foul, just to tell her it's one now. How come? I need rest, no recess on my schedule. Right. Mama used to serve vegetables, now half the meals got tentacles. Right. Half the Emerson reservation and half my money goes straight to taxes. But I don't trip about it, that's what happens when you got dreams closer than a match. Plus all your boys got expensive habits. Go. I know what they're thinking, they don't even gotta say it. Nope. They thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous. I don't gotta work no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions. Right. And I don't need you to okay it. Yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown.
10 seconds to 10.
Hey.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I copy, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, the man, oh deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, 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 yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot,